Chapter 2, Digging Up the Dead. The next morning, on the outskirts of Anderhall. What is up, everyone? I'm Jordan, or JKU390, and this is Warcraft 3. We are back in the Undead Campaign.
What the hell is that?
Oh, I said it's a windmill, idiot.
This crude contraption will allow you to transport the remains of our master.
Can you not simply raise the remains when we find them?
Pardon, Lord, but a being of Kel'Thuzad's power can only be reanimated at a nexus of powerful ley energies, and there are no such places in this land.
Very well then. Let's move out.
So everyone else that's died over the years that we just use random resurrect spells and stuff on, they all just suck. Yeah, I guess now I think about it, the only people that are alive, and maybe even then it's questionable, are the acolytes.
No one orders me
the
around.
cultists. I need to turn my volume down a little bit.
Hungers.
Arthas is yelling in my ears.
This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last.
At last, a horse. Unlike the one I'm riding. Okay, I guess I'm not getting that corpse. I was gonna pick him up with my catapult, but he exploded.
Frostmourne hungers.
Imagine that would bring Kel'Thuzad, whatever his name is, back. Kel'Thuzad, something like that. Cal from... Anyway, yeah, we'll bring him back, and he'll be part horse, but not like a centaur. It'll be more like one of those horse masks, where he just has like one horse leg. Kel'Thuzad. That's it.
Ah, at last. Finally.
Or it could be Superman, it could be Kal-El.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now?
Got my sieging equipment. I just have the catapult stay back and shoot at them, and then when they charge in, I just kill them with everything else. Perfect.
This is more like it.
As long as they just keep me in this tiny, narrow little area, I can really just cheat the system with these catapults. Also totally feed them. So what it's going to be like for him to come back as some weird abomination. You know what I mean? It's like, we're like, hey, we're going to bring you back. And he'll be like, alright, go ahead. And then he's got like 18 different people's arms and legs. It's going to suck. We could make him be some sort of like freak chimera. That'd be fun.
This is more like it.
He would just be confused. Oh, make him wear...
Arthas,
Instead of having be...
Stop this madness.
Fine, I'll stop. Hang on, dude. Oh, it's Uther.
Aside, brother.
Hey.
I've come to collect
Okay, he's too fast.
and I don't wish to be disturbed.
Anyway, yeah, what if we made him out of like just legs? So like, oh no, we brought you back, and he's a pile of legs all just piled on top of each other. Also, sorry if I seem a little bit out of it. I've been recording this session separately of the others, and I've been sick lately, so got like an ear infection and some sore throat crap and etc, etc. My voice might be out a little bit, and I might be out of it a little bit, but that's okay. Medication can do wonders. Alright.
Speak, fool.
I was.
Finally.
Well, I'm sorry. Jesus, Arthas.
This is more like it.
Yeah, thank you. I've been trying. Alright, but seriously, stop. Well, I wasn't ready to shoot yet, but I'll take it.
Finally.
Oh no, he's gonna break one of my catapults. Oh, it'll be fine. Here's when I needed a acolyte to actually heal up my catapults for me. It's like feeding a pet, but rather than a pet, it's just your catapult eats dead people. Which doesn't really help much, because then I throw corpses anyway. You think I would just use those?
No one orders me around.
Like, what if we made Kel'Thuzad, or whatever his name is, like, 8,000 feet tall. That seems like a pretty sweet move. Just a colossal necromancer that no one can stop. Oh man, the Champions of Peace. What a cool name. It's like a prog rock band. Or a punk band. But it'd be like an ironic Champions of Peace, you know what I mean? It'd be like Green Day. Like that type of punk. Like not full punk rock or anything, but whatever they'd consider themselves.
What is it now? This is more.
Green Day still make music? Yeah, of course they still make music. Oh man.
For the Lich King.
Oh, that wasn't
I can't
Uther.
believe that we ever called you brother. I knew it was a mistake to accept a spoiled prince into our order. You've made
What a
a
jerk.
mockery of the Silver Hand.
Tread lightly. Frostborn hungers.
Oh, well, there we go.
No one orders me around.
The spoiled prince murderized him.
Tread lightly.
Haha, tread. Get it? Catapults. Because they're not tanks and they don't have treads. Idiot. Arthas thinks he's making a quick, clever joke. I have no idea what I'm on about. I really do think the sickness got to me a bit. But that's okay. At least there's no optional quests, so I don't have to worry about missing anything.
Faithless coward.
Faithless or faithless? I mean, they might still have faith, it just might not be the same faith. See, you think Arthas of all people would be more accepting of people constantly changing religions. He ultimately did what it would be like if a priest became a Satanist. You know, they're like,
hungers.
I was all about the Catholicism for a while, but this Satan guy really speaks to me.
Come along now, Necromancer. The powers that you once served have need of you again.
Told you, my death would mean little.
And then he appears and Arthas just kills him again.
Am I hearing ghosts now?
What do you mean? You were talking to him.
Kel'Thuzad.
Hey, Kel'Thuzad, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. Ah, he's here! No, I mean, what does he expect to happen? Also, I'm gonna turn that down a lot because I peeked the crap out of my mic and I even leaned away, looked the other way, and tried to be quiet with it.
Quoth the loss.
Yes.
I didn't want to quite do the thing. You know whenever people like yell and they're recording or something, but they're like embarrassed by it or they don't want to be heard by people, so it's like, ah, oh no, and it just sounds really weak. I didn't want to do that, but I also didn't want to peek the crap out of my mic, but apparently I did that anyway.
As you wish.
So I should have just committed. Anyway, what's he on about? Recover some remains? Okay. I mean, I already made a guy with some remains, so this will be simple. Oh, that was what I did. Okay, we have to claim the urn. And build a base. We get to do all kinds of fun stuff, huh? Alright, what I'll probably do is I'll just cut here while I build the base. That was exciting. Literally nothing happened. Alright, so yeah, now all I gotta do is take the urn. Oh, there we go. Oh no, not two knights. Or footmen. I'm gonna go ahead and scout out the area around my base, make sure there's no, you know, enemy bases or anything. Oh, or training areas. But any enemies or anything back here.
Frostmourne hungers.
Snuck past that golem like it was nothing.
Finally. Ah, at last.
Help! The undead have returned.
Oh, great. What?
Frostmourne hungers.
Oh, I can't even break his house? That's dumb.
This is more like it.
He's the one that got away.
Frostmourne hungers.
You saw it here.
Make sure
You saw it here first.
Help! The undead have returned.
That was the other one that got away. Oh,
Finally.
there's my bestest buddy,
I must
tonsillitis,
feast on souls.
strep throatius, typhoids.
Finally. At
Oh god.
last. Frostmourne hungers.
Whenever human soldiers get the armor on, they actually become a worthy foe.
This is more like it.
Here's where I wish I had, like, Thrall's lightning bolts.
Finally.
You know, like I did on the Exodus of the Horde.
Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Like whenever we celebrated Easter and hid all those eggs and the orcs had to find them. It was the most fun they'd ever had. They gave up slaughter and blood and killing in favor of painting eggs and trying to hide them from each other.
No one orders.
And luckily they're like
around.
dumb, so you could just kind of hide a green egg in grass and they just miss it. And then they throw a hissy fit and kill their fellow orc brethren, and then you win the war. And actually, orcs are pretty smart. They are... Some of them do have that bloodthirst tendency, though. It's like a weird addiction.
Tread lightly.
That's because they made like a deal with the demon and
This
all
is
that
more
cool
like
stuff.
it.
I do remember that part of the campaign.
at
The
last.
orcs.
Finally.
Oh
This
man,
is
he
more
healed
like
me.
it. Frostmourne hungers.
Remember the heal that
at
the cleric, or
last.
that the
Frostmourne hungers.
it's not a priest. I think he's yeah, he's a paladin.
at last.
The paladins have hurt us. Hurt undead.
Speak, fool.
Which I guess Arthas is undead. I mean, I wouldn't really say that Arthas ever died. I mean, he
Frostmourne
lost his
hungers.
soul and whatever. But Arthas didn't really die. He was still completely conscious. Like, even in stuff when you see somebody get their soul ripped out. Like, I've ripped out all kinds of people's souls, and then they just fall dead.
No one orders me around.
Remember that's what we did with the last Dreadlord? The one before Tychontreus. What's his name? Mal'Ganis? You know, Mal'Ganis wasn't even really that big of a bad guy. I mean, he started like an Undead Scourge and whatever. But ultimately, we're the ones that killed the most innocent people. I mean, at the end of the day, he killed like, what, 16? I killed 100? Actually, no, he got like... I don't know, he got a pretty big number, but he didn't beat
There
us.
shall my blood
And in the
be
missions
spilled.
before that, I also killed people, and I didn't
I
even
gladly
have to in
obey.
those. I just thought it was funny. So that's the end of my paper. In conclusion, I believe that Mal'Ganis wasn't actually that evil of a bad guy. And then also, there are much, much worse people than
Fate is sealed.
Arthas. See, what I think would have been a good story would be like the fall of Uther.
Tread lightly.
Because, you know, Arthas is the... It's kind of like the Anakin story, you know what I mean? Like Anakin and Vader, where he's just like, I'm young, I'm rash, I think I've learned everything, but there's still a lot to learn, and I'm going to throw a hissy fit because I'm spoiled. Now, if it would have been Uther, it'd be like, I've been a paladin for 50 years, everybody respects me, I'm really good at my job, I've been doing it forever, and then he just goes effing evil? Now, that would be a story. Arthas is like, yeah, he's a brat. Even the other paladins, like, yeah, I mean, I saw this coming forever ago. How's paladin work in comparison to priest? Can paladins get married? Yes, no, maybe? And I don't just mean like, well, according to Dungeons and Dragons, I mean like overall, like, is that cool or no? Is it Friar Tuck in Robin Hood? Actually, it might have even been Van Helsing that was a friar. I don't know. But they were like, oh, we can't do inappropriate stuff though. You're a priest, and he's like, not really. I'm still just a friar or something. So he was able to like hook up with that lady. You know what I'm on about? Because I sure don't.
At last.
This paladin really needs to just die. I didn't realize with the 3 paladins I fight the strongest first.
Tread lightly.
I didn't realize there was still a knight there. I thought the catapult just shot Arthas.
Hungers. Finally.
Oh man,
At last.
I have my sweet strat.
Frostmourne hungers.
We're gonna lure him in.
This is more like
First we
it.
gotta kill this annoying guy though.
Your pain shall be legendary.
Even though I'm sure I have an abundance of wood as is, I'd rather just keep all those guys harvesting as long as they want. But if nothing else happens here, I'll also probably start cutting again. So if I do, I will see you then. And again, please let me know in the comments what you think about the whole me just cutting entire sections out. Because if you want it to be more streamlined like the whole thing through, I can try that. But at the same time, if you guys don't want to see me just sitting here waiting for this, you know, just let me know.
Finally.
He's using his bullcrap of invincibility, but that's alright. We'll just lure him back a little bit, wait for it to wear off, and then Operation Kill the
at
Crap out of him will
last.
commence. Oh, nope.
This is more like it.
Chase him down.
I'll make sure you suffer. Finally.
There we go. We're just gonna trap him right here before he gets a chance for his power to come back. Yeah, it's a completely different game whenever he doesn't have an army. And I do. That also changes things. God dang it. Well, it only makes sense Arthas gets the killing blow.
At last.
What a kill. And then his soul flies away. Which would also imply that the sword in fact does not steal. I mean, I know I didn't use Frostmourne to kill him, but at the same time, I kind of just assumed it was like a vacuum cleaner and any nearby souls it just kind of nommed on. Alright, so with 0 resistance I took out the rest of that base, and my catapults are finally here. Excellent. Okay, not taking that body, he exploded. I don't know what it is about horses that want to blow up. It's like in Red Dead Redemption. By the way, Red Dead 2 coming up soon. Can't wait for that. I guess I can wait, but at the same time, I don't. Yeah, if you ever played Red Dead 2, you could just take your horse and stand on a railroad track, and then get off said horse, and then move to the side slightly so it wouldn't keep following you, and it would just stand there. And if it got hit by the train, it would just turn into this... It was kind of like what you'd imagine would happen... Well, I guess if a horse was hit by a train, but more like if you took a really, really weak and unstable barrel, filled it to the brim with, like, chunks of meat, and maybe, like, the sauce that's in ravioli, just that blocky, or that, like, coopy, thick, red, whatever. And I mean, like, Chef Boyardee ravioli, not, like, Italian fresh ravioli. And you just filled the barrel up with that, and then hit it with a train, and it just turned into, like, an explosion of... Well, I guess ravioli. It'd be just an explosion of Chef Boyardee.
Now, Frostmourne.
And then Mankind would come in, and he'd do it. Except he doesn't do the commercials anymore. But Mankind would come in, and it'd be great.
Your betrayal has broken Uther's heart, boy. He would have given his life for yours in a second. And
well,
this is how you repay his loyalty?
I mean, he's gonna give his life for mine in a second. So, I guess that works out.
What is it?
We just gotta get rid of all this unnecessary filth in the way first. So that Paladin's remarkably older. Is there like a hierarchical system? Like is he the top of the food chain, or are they all kind of just like, you know, equals?
No one.
Because now I'm bringing it back to the Jedis. Is there like Jedi Master, Jedi Knight, Jedi like Padawan, but then there's also the ones that are part of the council, and they're like the big Jedi Masters. Also, Jedi Masters kind of suck. I mean, yeah, they got all the cool Force stuff, and they're supposed to be really... But they don't really get to do all that much. I mean, they do more in the cartoons. But they're not, they have nothing on Sith Lords. Mace Windu did on the in the prequel movies, so I guess that was kind of cool, but...
Frostmourne
Other than that, you know... Yeah, Sith are better. Sith are cool. No lightsabers look cool.
What is it now?
And they're allowed to love, opposed to the weird Jedis that aren't. Because when you love somebody, all of a sudden you'll get, like, jealous. Because she'll be talking about this totally cool guy at work. And you'll be like, well, I've never heard of this totally cool guy. And she'll be like, oh, no, he just moved into town. And you'll be like, oh, that's a little weird. And then you're like, you know, you've been talking about him for the last week now. Is there something I need to know about? And she's like, oh, no, we just work in close proximity, so I generally talk to him a lot. Which then, of course, leads to jealousy, so you start fearing, and you're like, oh no, the jealousy led to fear. And you're like, well, what if bad stuff could be going on there? And then it leads to hate, because then you just really, really start hating the crap out of him. But then you start hating her, and you just start being really, really spiteful. And then you become a Sith, and you kill her, but then you also get the cool healing abilities of a Sith, so you bring her back to life. And then you change the midichlorians in her body, and then Anakin's born. Emphasis on midichlorians, by the way, that's important. And then, yeah, and then that's how Star Wars happens. That's how you become a Sith. Also, believe it or not, no, that's not based on a true story.
This is more.
It's not something that I have dwelled deep in my heart. Everyone's at least nice enough to tell me they cheat on me. They don't do it in secrecy.
Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
Your pain shall be legendary.
Yeah, we'll take this place out, and then I guess we'll continue southwestward. And then we will hopefully finish off the last Paladin, who I'm assuming is Uther. Or it won't be, and we'll just either fight him at the end, or they just won't. We won't have to worry about it. But I'm sure it will. I mean, then it makes it a full... When we last fought, I was the learner, but now I am the master.
Ah, at last. Finally.
Your father ruled this land for 70 years, and you've ground it to dust in a matter of days.
Very dramatic, Uther. Give me the urn, and I'll make sure you die quickly.
The urn holds your father's ashes, Arthas. What? Were you hoping to piss on them one last time before you left his kingdom to rot?
No, I did that before you turned him into
I
ashes.
didn't know what it held.
I slayed him,
Nor
and then
does
I
it
peed
matter.
on him,
I'll take what I can.
and then I
for
peed in
one
his
way.
castle because it's my castle, I inherited it, and because I like to urinate on things,
This is more like it.
and then you guys took him and turned him into ash. Now I'm just gonna eat them and gain his power,
Ah, at last.
and reclaim that urine that he stole. Uther needs to be more open-minded to the ideas of urination.
Ah, at last.
Our forces are under attack.
Finally. Ah, at last.
Alright. I have to
This is more like
rebuild
it.
an army. Alrighty. Time to lure him to my forces. He's got a stupid shield on. I will let that wear out first. Alright. Let's go meet all of Jordan's men. Oh no. Well, that guy got to be a martyr. There we go.
Speak.
Goodbye, Uther. It was a pleasure.
What is it?
Oh, what the heck?
I
Oh,
usually hope that there's a special place in hell waiting for you, Arthas.
me too, buddy.
We may never know, Uther. I
Oh.
intend to live forever.
But then what if, like, the world blows up, and then you're just stuck floating through the voids of space forever? Wouldn't that suck? Like, that doesn't sound pleasant. You'd go insane. Especially if you could still feel pain and stuff. Like, physical pain. I mean, I realize he's already kind of fallen to madness because of Frostmourne, and that's part of the reason why he went so effing evil, besides the fact that he already was doing
At
evil things
last.
like killing entire populaces. But at the same time... Also, yes, I want to overkill this guy. Something completely unnecessary, but at the same time funny. And then I'll grab the urn. No, hey, no. You're gonna ruin the joke. Oh. Oh, there we go. We found a person. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's everything.
This is more like it.
Alright, well, it is time to finish this level then. We have to get the urn of Cool Guy. There we go. And that is the level. So, I hope everybody enjoyed. It's time for the stat screen. Oh, actually, the final cinematic. Then we'll see the stat screen.
Excellent work. Now your journey to Quel'Thalas can begin.
Tell him nothing. Only you can hear me.
Then why do you say excellent work?
Dread lords.
Because I killed the other guys?
They are the Lich King's jailers. I will tell you all when I walk this world again.
Okay. Then he moonwalks through it. Alright, now I can end the video. So I'm Jordan, or JK390, and enjoy the stat screen. Until next time, everyone. Later.